Hi everyone, I'm here live in Toronto in front of St. Helens Slaughterhouse where hundreds of cows are killed daily for their flesh. These cows arrive here terrified with fear and terror in their eyes, and they enter the slaughterhouse where they're brutally murdered. I'm gonna flip my camera and show you. So here you can see 2 trucks full of cows. The truck is moving because it's being unloaded. Just think about it. We start our day waking up, getting ready, having breakfast, going to work. These animals arrive here at this death camp where their lives are cut short. This is the distributing company. Rate those codes. They arrive alive, and this is what they're turned into. Commodities. There's absolutely no reason for this. That's the name of the place, St. Helens Meat Packer. Hundreds of cows killed here daily. Horrible what we do to these animals. So if you're just joining right now, we are here live in Toronto, outside of a cow slaughterhouse where hundreds of cows are killed daily for their flesh, for profit, and to serve this myth of human supremacy. This idea that humans have dominion over other animals, which makes it okay to breed them into existence, to exploit them, to kill them, to turn their bodies into commodities. There's no justification for this. How do you justify exploiting, enslaving, murdering a sentient being who doesn't want to die? It's violent. There's nothing normal about this. We have normalized it, which doesn't change the fact that at the end of the day, it's still violence against innocent beings. So if you're watching, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm here live in Toronto, Ontario, outside of a cow slaughterhouse. And this truck here just unloaded all the cows. It's empty. Now it's leaving. now this one is going to back up to unload the cows that are inside. Look at that. These are live animals. Living, breathing, sentient beings, just like us. They have done absolutely nothing to deserve what we subject them to. They'll now be unloaded into this hellhole and brutally murdered. How can you justify this? The trucker is getting off the truck and he is putting on his suit. While cows are waiting inside of the truck. Now he'll go in and help with getting the terrified cows outside of that truck onto the kill floor where they'll be brutally murdered. If you're just joining in, we're here live in Toronto outside of this slaughterhouse where hundreds of cows are brutally murdered every single day. This truck right here has cows, live cows, and they're being unloaded onto the kill floor. How do you justify this? Would you be able to slit the throat of a live animal who is pleading for help? If not, why pay this industry to do the same? Those of you just joining, we're here live in Toronto, bearing witness to cows outside of a slaughterhouse. At this facility, hundreds of animals are brutally murdered for their flesh. And we're here to shine a light on these sentient beings who deserve to live, who deserve to be free, who have every right to be here on this planet with us and live free. Have you ever, if you can let me know in the comments, have you ever seen a truck full of animals on the highway? What was your reaction? Did that make you feel sad? Did you know what was going to happen to them? Because these animals, when they're on those trucks, they are being transported to the slaughterhouse. where their lives are cut short. If you're just watching right now, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm here in Toronto, Ontario, outside of a slaughterhouse. Let me know where you're watching from. Someone commented, a gay vegan doesn't like eating meat. That's okay, but leave hardworking people alone. See, it's not about you. We're not here to center you. We're here to center the animals and what they're experiencing. You know? It's not about your preference to like eating meat. It's about their life. It's about their desire to not be exploited, to not be murdered. It's about them. And if you take a moment to think about those victims, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help people make that connection, to help them connect to these victims and understand that just like us, they also have a right to be here on this planet, to be here with us, not for us, and that we have no right to subjugate them, to exploit them, and murder them. They're sentient beings just like us, you know? So think about that for a moment. It's not about me, it's not about you. It's about the victims. We're not the victims. Like, just because you like the taste of eating meat, and I'm here shining a light on what happened to those animals when you eat that meat, that doesn't make you a victim. That makes the animals the victims. And we're here to bring attention to that. So I'll flip my camera to show you what we are here for and who we are here for. These are the animals. Like, that truck right there is full of cows. And they're going to be brutally murdered. How can you justify that? Let me know in the comments if you think what's happening to these cows is justified. If you think so, let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation. I'm not here to judge. I'm not saying you're a bad person because you're not vegan. I'm here just to bring attention to these animals, because when you turn on your TV, you see happy cows, happy pigs, happy chickens. That's what you see. Like the animal agriculture industry spends billions of dollars in their ad campaigns to brainwash people into thinking that these animals are going inside slaughterhouses. These are happy animals. And they don't show you what went on between when they went in and when their dead bodies came out. They don't want to show that. And that's what we're showing. That first of all, these animals, even if you just look into their eyes, it's so transformative. No low Planned Powered responded, Al, would you leave people that feed dogs alone to do their job? Absolutely. Like if that slaughterhouse was killing, you know, a species that you love, say dogs or even humans, there'd be a global outrage. How is it okay when the victims are cows or pigs or chickens? How is that okay? It's not okay. It's never okay to exploit someone, to kill someone just because they're not as powerful as we are. Instead, we should protect them. Please share this live stream and spread awareness. We're going to be here for a bit longer. There'll be more trucks carrying cows. And yeah, we'll try to go up close and show you. You'll be able to bear witness virtually. So for those of you who are just joining, we are here live in Toronto outside of a cow slaughterhouse. Hundreds of cows are killed here daily. I see a few people watching. Please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm here live in Toronto, Ontario, bearing witness to animals at a slaughterhouse. It's almost 8:30 in Toronto, and yeah, most people are starting, their day. Gonna have their morning coffee, get ready for work, see their family. These animals, they woke up. They were shoved into death trucks and brought here at this facility where they're brutally murdered. It's horrible. How can you justify this? So those of you who are just joining, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'll take you back to where it started. That's the truck with cows alive. They'll all be going in, and they'll have their throats slit. A lot of them are, are alive when they're skinned. Push on brain. They said hello. Hello. Thanks for joining. So today we are at a cow slaughterhouse. A few days ago we were at a pig slaughterhouse. And this place is in Toronto, Ontario. The other place we were at a few days ago, actually last Monday, it was in Burlington, like 40-minute drive from Toronto. Today we are in Toronto, and this area is called Stockyards. And as the word suggests, like they it's famous for turning live animals into stock. There's this whole street. There used to be 2 slaughterhouses. One is still in operation, called St. Helens. The other one across the street, it used to be called Riding Regency. Then they rebranded as True Harvest. It's closed now, so there's only one here. But yeah, this whole street is very violent because 2 slaughterhouses. One is closed right now, but if you go down the street, there's a tannery. So at around noon, there's a truck that comes out of the slaughterhouse, full of skins of cows who were skinned. And like there's a big pile up. The truck is open from the top, and it's a big pile up, and you can see it. And you can see the blood dripping. So all these animals were going in right now at around noon. You'll see them, their skin coming out, it's bloody skin. And then they'll go down the street to this tannery where they'll be turned into leather. You know, sentient, beautiful, irreplaceable individuals turned into commodities like a handbag, a belt, leather gloves. Like, how can we do this to them? If you look into these animals' eyes, like a normal, a compassionate person will look them in the eyes and appreciate their beauty, and they're just so beautiful animals. Not that it matters whether they're beautiful or not. What matters is that they're sentient, and we should be respecting them regardless of what they look like. That's the whole point about anti-speciesism, that we recognize that every sentient being, regardless of what they look like, what race they're from, what gender they're from, have the right to be here. Right. Free from harm, free from violence. So that's the truck. They emptied that truck. As I showed you earlier, the truck had cows. Now it's empty. It's horrible. Someone saying, I try to visit every stream I know about you. Thank you so much, and that all counts. Thanks so much for your support. I read a quote a while ago that when you're at these facilities, you don't know which is worse. A truck full of animals or a truck that's coming out that's empty. Because that those animals, like that truck inside had animals, and now it doesn't, because those animals are inside that facility, and those animals are likely killed by the time they come out. So for those of you who are just joining, we're here live in Toronto, Ontario, at a cow slaughterhouse, bearing witness. And we're just documenting animals going inside the slaughterhouse and shining a light on these individuals and bringing attention to the suffering, the violence that these animals endure before they're turned into commodities, because they're turned into steak, beef, leather. It's not justified. There's no justification for that. It's a big facility, and the smell here is horrible. If you were here, like, it smells so bad, and you can tell that it's dead individuals. It's a very busy industrial area. building all kinds of trucks. You know. Please share this live stream and invite more people to watch what's happening. Follow at the Save Movement on Instagram, where we post content from around the world, similar content, activists bearing witness to animals at slaughterhouses and advocating for them. Swoosh says hi. Hello, thanks for joining. For those of you who are just joining, we're here live in Toronto, Ontario, outside of Cow Slaughterhouse. Hundreds of cows, beautiful sentient beings, arrive here daily to be killed. There's no justification for this. It smells horrible. You can smell the death. I'm just a few meters away from this death camp. Here's their office. Because slaughterhouse is very complex. It's not just cows going in, being killed. There's also other things. Like they have a full management that deals with other kinds of things. You know, sales and packing and that kind of stuff. It's a big business. Like big business that relies on the exploitation and slaughter of sentient beings.
How is Pokemon being? How is Pokemon being? Now you can say, but you are, first you are being Jesus, but you are giving the everything you are gift of God. Why don't you are protect?
Yeah, we should protect them.
Yeah, he provides food. He says, oh, God is giving one food, one cow at the same time.
These cows are artificially bred.
Yeah?
Yeah, artificially created. Yes, the farmers they
Artificially created?
Yeah, by humans.
No humans. Humans already created God is one time. No one change what you do with
We shouldn't kill God's creature.
No, it's God created already.
We shouldn't kill, we should protect them, right? We should protect them. It's God's creature. It's God's creature.
Nah, this is not human. Okay, this is said. God is gift of all human beings. Fruit, everything is our cow, not the same as. Okay?
And we should protect them,
For the
right?
future, no cow is going to change of the man. This is no ideology from the people.
So you're saying it's okay to kill God's creatures?
This is not nature.
But you said it's God's creatures, right?
Yeah, creature is gift.
We should protect them.
No, protect his gift. It's God's gift for
So
you.
gifts should be protected, When you're gifted something,
Yeah.
you protect them, right? If I give you a gift, you'll protect the gift, right?
Alright.
So if it's God's gift, you should protect them. You should take care of them. Yeah. They're scared. These animals are terrified. So we should protect them. It's not food. Look at them. These animals are. There's a new truck. So Yeah, that truck just arrived, and it's full of cows. It's horrible. And this truck has lots of cows. Yeah, there. These animals, like, what makes it okay to kill these sentient beings? He wants to live. See, they're all terrified inside the truck. They're moving. Poor babies. How can we do this to them? They're live animals going in, and they'll be brutally murdered. Someone is asking how many trucks a day. I don't know the exact numbers, but they come starting early morning until around 2 p.m. That truck is full of fear, full of terror, because there's sentient beings inside who don't want to die. Poor cows. They don't deserve this. There's a quote that don't treat others the way you would not want to be treated. Why are we treating other animals this way? You know, it's unjustifiable. I would not want to be in that truck. So it makes sense for me to not pay for other sentient beings to be in that truck and be murdered. It's, you know, I have no words to describe the violence that these animals, these innocent beings are subjected to because of our food choices. We share this live stream and get the word out. More people need to see it. We can't keep continuing to subject these animals to such massive injustice and violence and brutality. It's enough. We've been doing that for hundreds of years. It's about time we start respecting them. Here's one of the signs. Hundreds of cows killed daily. There's other people documenting and getting the word out. So where you go? So those of you are for watching live. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. As I said earlier, I'm here in Toronto, Canada. Someone saying I shared you and the others, but just have a very small channel. It all counts. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I just don't want to be a species. Yes, exactly. That's a good enough reason. You know, people don't want to be racist. People don't want to be sexist. They don't want to be homophobic. Speciesism, they don't care that much. And we want to change that narrative. Speciesism is just as much of an injustice as other forms of oppression. Right. It makes sense. You don't have to be, and you don't have to be an animal lover. You know, you don't have to. You don't have to be like someone who's, you know, these animals are so cute, I don't want to eat them. No, you don't have to be an animal lover. The same way, you don't need to love your neighbor or someone, you know, like a random person on the street in order to recognize that they shouldn't be murdered. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, there we go. All the guys that
right. Like nobody will say, you guys don't harm your neighbors because you love them. And I'm not one of those people who love my neighbor. No. Veganism is not about loving animals. It's about recognizing that every sentient being is an irreplaceable individual. And as humans, we have no right to dominate them, to exploit them, and to kill them. Period. That's it. Period. Someone's saying, did I say that right? I just want to other species that we have learned. Absolutely. That's how it should be. It's just that simple. Someone just said, I want to treat other species the way I would want to be treated. Absolutely. If everyone thought the same way and acted the same way, the world would be so much better for all species. We'd have true, peace, equality. Someone saying, no, I'm not an animal lover, but they're part of the planet too. They're part of this planet too and deserve respect as such, 100%. Yes, exactly. It's just common sense. There's someone walking down the street. Do I have the right to take away their rights? Do I have the right to harm them? Do I have the right to take away their life? No, I don't. Same should be applicable to other animals. Okay, I'll switch the camera. Okay, that was pretty fast. They unloaded all those terrified cows. And now they're inside. Okay, that's a different truck actually. That truck is still there. It takes time for them to unload the cows because those cows don't want to come out. They don't want to come out because they know what's coming. They know that they'll be killed. Did you know that cows can smell from miles away? They have such a strong sense of smell. They can smell from miles away. And guess what? When they arrive here at the slaughterhouse, they can smell the blood. They can smell death. And they're terrified. Right. So when they're inside of those trucks in the unloading area, they don't want to get off because they know very well what's going to happen. They're not stupid. They're smart. They know what's going to happen. So they don't get off. Then what the workers do, they'll bring either just a normal stick or in many cases an electric rod to give them shock to get off the truck. And that's when they come off unwillingly. No sentient being willingly walks towards their death. They are forced onto the kill floor. And that's why I highly recommend that people come to these events, come to these animal save movement vigils, and see for yourself. It'll change you, trust me. If you're not vegan and you come here, it'll change your life. You won't see, you know, your steak and bacon the same way. You know, okay, let's look at the comments. Someone says, best wishes, you are doing worthy work. Thank you so much. And thanks for being vegan and spreading the word. They're saying, I used to work at St. Lawrence Market in the mid-70s. The things I saw, not gonna horrify you with the words. I believe that. It's sad we have normalized it. It's sad. It should have never been normalized. It's, you know, for me it's a crime against humanity, a crime against the animal kingdom. What we do to these sentient beings. Someone is saying, imagine you smell their blood and they want you to go in. You wouldn't go, don't you? Exactly. Exactly. So that gray wall there, or that metal, it used to not be there. You know, around 2012, 13 or 14, something like that. Activists were able to document cows being unloaded. So what the slaughterhouse did is they put up those barriers to prevent people from seeing. Which brings this question: why does the industry want to hide it if it's so normal, if it's so natural, like if it's what we're supposed to do? You know, why do they want to hide it? If this is what humans are meant to do, you know, hear this all the time. Humans are meant to eat meat. God designed animals for us to eat. Let's leave that for a second. Why do the slaughterhouses have glass walls? Right? If that's what God wanted, would God now want me to see it? The procedure? There's a, you know, the industry wants to hide it because it knows that most people are compassionate people. They don't support violence. Guess what? The industry will collapse. So they do everything in their power to spend billions of dollars to conceal the reality of these horrible industries. Let's see. Someone is saying, sometimes I lose all my hope, we will change nothing. We will change anything. It's understandable, when there's so much violence, because if you're a vegan and that really cares about justice and respect and empathy for all animals, being everywhere you go, you see it. We just see the world differently. When you go out, you see people wearing shoes made of cow skin. You go out to eat with your family, they might order something that's not vegan. You go out in winter, you see people wearing fur. So it may feel hopeless, but we gotta always remember that change always starts with a small minority of people actively challenging the oppressive norm, the status quo. Right. So we gotta always remember that and keep fighting. Keep fighting for animals. There are people in other movements, human rights movements, even like movement for other animals like dogs. They never give up. Right, do they? So we gotta keep bringing attention to this injustice against non-human beings, and we gotta keep fighting. So if you've just started watching, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm here live in Toronto, Ontario, outside of Slaughterhouse. I'll just give you a glimpse of what we're witnessing. That truck over there still has cows who are being unloaded. So that's why I named this live stream Hidden Violence. Like, I can bet like 99% of the population in Toronto have absolutely no idea what's happening. They don't know what's like that. There's violence in their city. There's this facility where hundreds of cows come every day to be brutally murdered. That's why vigils are so important, because you bring people to these places to see what's happening. So, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but Brave. Sorry about that, but you're watching from Germany, 3 p.m. Thank you. We have chapters in Germany, by the way. There's a chapter in Stuttgart. It's called Stuttgart Animal Safe, and they bear witness to pigs. Please join them. You can follow them on Instagram, called Stuttgart Animal Safe, and they post very heartbreaking footage of pigs in their final moments in those slaughter trucks. It's heartbreaking. See, you can hear the sound. Stuttgart is not near. What time is it in Toronto? It's almost 9 in the morning. So Germany is 6 hours ahead of Toronto. So Cushion Drape says, my name means fox and raven. That's so beautiful. It's a very vegan name. If you pay attention, the truck is shaking because those cows are heavy. When the driver forces them to get off, when they walk out unwillingly, the whole truck moves. Look at that, Anita! Look at that truck driver is using that thing to get the cows off the truck. These cows, as I said earlier, do not want to get off because they know very well what's happening. They know very well that they're going to be murdered, so they resist. So they use that tactic, with pain and fear to get them off the truck to be brutally murdered. See, it's that truck moving, it's shaking, the cow's getting off. It's heartbreaking. Why have we normalized this? That's why it's so important to challenge it. When you have family and friends who eat animals, ask them, why do you think that with so many plant-based options, we should still continue to eat animals when we don't need to? Ask them, have you ever looked into the eye? Anita, watch out. There's so many ways to spread the message. Invite friends over, a meal, make them a vegan meal, and then talk to them about animals. Don't tell them it's vegan. Just invite them over and let them experience it. And then in the end, tell them, look, all of it was vegan with no animal product. You enjoyed it. And can it not just be this way? You're just enjoying your food. You're not giving up anything. You're just replacing things. You're just replacing animal-based foods with plant-based foods. You're getting the same taste. Then what's stopping you from making that switch? Right. You can start an animal rights club at your university. You can go to your local animal rights potluck, like potluck protests, with pressure campaigns. There's so many movements out there, animal rights groups out there. There's Animal Save Movement. We have chapters all around the world. Yeah. Let's do something. There's there's so many ways to get involved. And as Regan Russell once said, doing something is better than doing nothing. I'm just paraphrasing it. But yeah. And it's a busy area. So when we come here, there's a lot of cars driving by, and they see activists bearing witness, and they understand. Okay, oh, I didn't know there was a slaughterhouse here, and they become aware. I think we'll be here for an hour, another hour. That's the sad reality. Like, we will eventually go home, and these cows won't go home. They'll go inside of the slaughterhouse. It's just when you look at it that way, you understand that the world is so unfair for these animals. And we can change that. We can do activism. We can speak up for them. We can shine a light on these victims. Get active, encourage others to be active. Yeah, let's make this world a better place for all animals. When we see injustice, we should not just sit back and do nothing about it. I understand that not everyone can do everything, but you can do something, right? Like, some people may be able to join a protest. Some people may be able to write letters. You can write letters to your counselor, your mayor, asking them to endorse the plant-based treaty. There's a global movement for a just transition to a plant-based food system. It's called Plant-Based Treaty. You can go to plantbasedtreaty.org and send an email letter asking your city councilors, mayors, to endorse the plant-based treaty and implement plant-based food policies. Some people can do that. Some people can do pressure campaigns. Right. Some people can give out vegan meals at their school. There's so many ways to get involved. So, thanks everyone who joined. I'm gonna sign off. Please share this video with your friends and family, and go to thesafemovement.org/volunteer if you want to get involved. You can start a chapter, you can get involved in other ways. So thanks a lot. Have a good one.